Welcome to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And today, the question I'm asking, do we all just have a false personality online to who we actually are? And the reason I started with this, because it's been the longest since someone seen me actually smoking online. And why is that? Why is that? The real point, the reason today is because I believe me showing myself smoking may influence some people into how they physically see my business or my personality as a person. And due to that, since I got with my partner, it started from when I got with my partner. I stopped taking pictures of spliffs in my mouth for starters. And then obviously when I started with my partner in like the first couple of months, I decided to just start a new business. So that's why I obviously as well decided again, it's not it's not the appearance I'm trying to portray of me, even though that is me. And if you meet me on a day-to-day basis, you may recognize that is me. You understand? But I'm also like thinking of it like this is because I've looked at a lot of people recently and I look at what they talk about, and I'm specifically talking with YouTube, and I'm talking how people talk in how they feel things, which is you're fair to do. This is what I'm doing. We're talking our mind. But when you're giving that impression that you are talking your mind, but you are coming from an influenced mind of somebody else, you are then portraying your false mind because you're not actually giving the true you. And that's like me when I post a lot and I talk a lot and I share a lot. I don't really show the true me until I'm feel aggrieved and then the real me comes out. But my normal appearance is just a shop. Like to say I've just brought these things and I've just thrown them on the website and I expect people to obviously trust me, which because of my service and I like to recognize even the people that hate me, one thing they can say is word of mouth is my service is fast shipping, you get the product you're expecting, and there's tracking and it's all efficient. It's how a business should move when a customer comes to their shop online. So obviously that is what I want in my appearance to seem like. But sometimes you have to show this. And sometimes I see like some people try to show their good nature in different ways than they actually are actually doing or actually feel like they want to do. So I'm going to give a couple examples because I feel like I'm going around the topic. I see a lot of people show that they do charity work and they care for the charity and they're actually accepting charitable donations. And then when I think about what do you do with that charitable donation, what do you actually do? What is your purpose of actually setting up this charitable donation? Is it because it's your birthday and Facebook recommends you to do so? Is it because you have a close connection to that charity and you feel, for example, if someone in your family has passed from cancer, then you feel the need to obviously support that cancer charity because obviously they're doing research, they're helping protect people from dying in the future from this illness? Because those are two complete different reasons. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And some people may do it for a charity just because Facebook has recommended it and they want to feel like, oh, we want to give an impression like we are a good person. And to some of the public, a lot of us as a public, we would believe that and think automatically this person is a kind hearted person. But then, if you was to look at this kind hearted person that's supposedly doing charity work and look at some of their opinions that they give to about other people, whether that be on social media or in private, you may not then really think this person that's giving charity actually has a kind heart. You may actually second guess who this person is. And that's where I say that portraying of who we are, because as I say, I try not to portray a bad side of me, which as I say, certain bits of me I recognize not everybody's going to understand my way of thinking or even understand my upbringing to understand why I am the way I am. A lot of people are just going to look at it at surface level and think that's what he was, that's what he is, or make lies basically, even to the point of it, make up their own story of who I am as a person without actually knowing me, without actually seeing me in the streets and saying hello and having a conversation. Do you get that? So that's me on the flip side trying to hide the good, but then there's also people trying to push the good. So an example to that, when I first started reselling and I was selling on eBay and I started following a lot of the resellers, I started to realize a lot of these resellers, the way they made themselves look like they are recommendable or actually, what's the word? Actually a quality seller in their business products, their business mindset, acumen, how they treat their customers, how they run their business from buying the product to listing it to shipping it. And I saw a lot of people when I first started reselling, and I did view a lot of people's reselling accounts before I follow them. Even though I did follow a lot of people, as you see, just randomly through connections, I'll suggest you just follow them, which was a mistake for my social networks. But I will say, I started to realize how a lot of people started trying to either discourage other resellers or to try overprove themselves as we are the top sellers. And they've done that by showing their 90-day total. And it was like a competition to compete with what their 90-day total is. But then for me, when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking you're over showing something like to prove you are something, but there's no actual substance to what you're actually showing. So showing a 90-day total does not show how much you paid for your shipping, does not show how much you paid for your products, does not show how much fees was taken, does not show nothing really. Even to some circumstances, your 90-day total before may not even included coupons that were taken and reduced from there. So a 90-day total of 20 grand may not actually be as much profit as a 90-day total of £1,000. This is something that some people try to push out there, but forget that some people actually overstand that. And this is another thing where I say, like, it's that trying to prove something when in fact it's actually the opposite. And I'll go into another example, a few examples with this. It could come down to a football player in trading cards, and for some reason, everybody wants to talk about this player is a good player to chase, this player is a good player to chase, but 50% of these people that are saying this person's a good player to chase have actually never watched this person play. So how is this person a good player to chase and you don't even know the talent of this player? You don't understand how he plays. You don't understand if he's got a future, if he's got more potential, or he's actually playing at his best, or he actually just had one good season or one good game. Don't know nothing. It's the same with the England's women's team. A lot of people will say women's football is not the best and it's boring to watch and there's no skill. But then they will watch a game and they will be on social network like, come on England, showing that they actually fully support the England Lionesses, when in fact there's no support. They actually are just trying to fit into social media and prove or show themselves as an allegiance to somebody. And then I'll go back to the YouTube again, as I say, because somebody did say something quite key. There's one person, there's a couple of people, there's a UK USA rap going on at the moment, and one person has sent for someone else. And as they've sent for them, this person's then come out and talked about they've got all these type of SA charges against them. But then a few weeks ago, this person was glorifying other people that have actually been found guilty for this as well. Why are you so proud of one person but then not proud for the other? You obviously, for this person, have a reason why you're trying to defend them. Because you have to. It's not your real opinion, because your real opinion is this is disgusting and people like this shouldn't shouldn't be breathing, to be honest. This is one hand, and then on the other hand, someone that has done this is completely opposite. And this is where I say, do people just give their opinion that they think fits with the general public? Because that's the main point of my video. Yes, we all have an opinion because of what the social appearance we have, but what do we actually feed out as well when we actually are communicating? Do we feed out what our honest opinions are, or do we feed out what we think goes with the general public? It's just like, why would we see certain TV programs, certain types of genres in a day-to-day soap like EastEnders or Coronation Street? Why would we see certain topics talked about? Because they believe these certain topics will cause conversation away from the TV series, which then will get people talking. But then people will obviously watch this thing that we know is a soap, that we know people are acting, and take everything that we are watching as something that could actually happen. And although it could actually happen, it's not the point of that. It's the point of we're taking it as fact. We will get angry, upset, sad, cry, laugh over this thing, and then we will carry those emotions into our day-to-day life as that's how we should be, or that's how we should react, or that's how people do react. And then we may talk about, oh, we hate what we see on the soap, but then we see it in real life and we have no judgment, no opinion on it. We let it go over our head. And I don't know if you're going to get this video and understand it, because I feel like I've just done it on the spur of the moment, because my mind was actually wrapped up on the thoughts of, why do people try and falsify who they actually are? Because even I do it. Do you get that? I'm a very genuine person, but I don't actually show all my genuine traits. I don't show things I do for people on a day-to-day basis. I don't show things that I do for randomers if I see them in trouble, whenever I do. I don't come on screen to talk about it. I understand that if I did, people would see me in a different light. But then that's then also showing one side of me. Do you get that? So how many layers can we actually show on these social medias? And are we actually all strong enough to show every layer of us and be confident in who we are as a person? Because that's the main thing. Can we all be confident in ourselves, in who we are? And do we have to hide who we are or portray more things to prove who we are? Do we have to talk in a certain way when we're talking about one person and change how we talk when another person's doing the exact same thing because we have some kind of connection? Do we have to promote certain brands because we have a connection with them, or do we actually like these brands and what this product is? Do we actually like a film, or are we sharing this film or talking about this series because everybody else is? When we share somebody is missing, do we actually care that this could go to the right person, or are we just sharing it to seem like we're fitting in? Do we actually care? Would we actually look out for this person? Have we actually taken note of the person that we are sharing that is saying they are missing? Or is this all an act? Because these are a lot of things that were going through my mind, that has gone through my mind a lot. And as I say, this is why I do my YouTube channel, because I think my mind's so vast. And because I feel like on social media, you can't actually show everything on your profiles. You can't actually physically get the message across as you want to get it across. So I thought my YouTube channel would be able to do that. Of course, I'm going to show reselling parts of my life because it's part of my life. Of course, I'm going to talk about certain things that interact with my culture or myself. Of course, I'm going to talk about all the hobbies that I am part of. Of course, there's a variety of me, and that's why I want my YouTube channel to obviously grow, because as I say, the bigger it grows, the deeper I get. And once I get deep, I think a lot of people will like what I've got to say, to be extremely honest, and how my mindset actually thinks, and hopefully it will help you think and open your mind a bit. because it's not just the secret and it's not just the 49 laws of power that can help you think. It's not just a game of chess. There's a lot. It's not just about Dean. There's a lot we all have to understand in us as human beings, in nature, in our perceptions of life, and how we percept even life is now compared to 20 years ago then. With all the social media, with AI actually growing to where it's actually growing to now. So, I like us all to be confident in who we are. And obviously, I'm not asking people to snitch on themselves. I'm not asking people to do crimes and show that they're something. I'm not asking people to act bad because they think they are bad in real life. I'm just asking people to be genuinely who you are and give your genuine opinion, because there are people that watch, listen, may view it, whether they like it, whether they subscribe to it, whether they hear about it on the word of the street or not. There's people that will know about it and what you've said and could take that as gospel, could take that as your opinion for real life, may judge you incorrectly because of your giving your incorrect opinion of who you are. So just a little things to think about with SJ Cartier Limited combos today, and I hope you have a good day.